Hello and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia, Michiru's route. In the last episode, Michiru and Yuuji went on their second pretend date to the beach. And while things got pretty lewd, they didn't get exactly dirty, though Michiru was having a bit of trouble handling having a guy suddenly touch her in such a way, as Yuuji was the one putting sun lotion on her. As he said, that's what you do on a date, right? Anyway, let's continue. What's truth and what's fiction? Is this real or a dream? Where am I? Where aren't I? All of a sudden many things feel unclear to me. Every once in a while when I'm alone, I abruptly lose my bearings. Is it really alright for me to be here? To keep on living like this? My doubts gather into a dense mass of uneasiness that threatens to swallow me up like a black hole. I came to the school under the pretense of being a student, but I'm still myself. No matter how carefully I smooth down my surface, the real me isn't just going to disappear. So when Michiru came to me with her pretend lover's proposal, deep down I was more relieved than exasperated. Now I have an excuse to live a lie. But this hasn't proven quite so straightforward. It's just a game, isn't it? Plain and simple. And yet, sometimes the simplest things can be surprisingly difficult to fully understand. To be honest, I'm more than a little perplexed at the moment. My real feelings seems to have gotten lost somewhere in some obscure fold in my brain, and I'm not having much luck finding them again. And I'm pretty sure she's feeling the same way. What's real and what's make-believe? Who am I and who aren't I? Yuuji, let's go on a date! Michiru has been dropping by my room more or less on a daily basis recently. Her objective, of course, is to drag me out on pretend dates. Although I agreed to play along with the intention of killing some time, my thoughts on the matter are gradually growing muddled and unclear to me. Why exactly do I keep humoring her like this? You could call this a mutual crime, I suppose. We're both play-acting feelings that aren't real, collaboratively perpetuating a fantasy. Hey, Yuuji, I'm talking to you. What's wrong? Michiru has finally gotten to the point of barging right into my room without even feeling self-conscious about it. But that's the product of my deliberate decision to not lock the door. Am I being too soft on the girl? Nothing, but isn't it about time? Isn't it about time we ended this relationship? But if I put it that way, it sounds like we're talking about a real breakup. There shouldn't be any need to take this game so seriously. About time? About time what? About time for, that? What's that supposed to mean? You know, that. Stupid. Abandoning my flustered companion, I abruptly exit my room. Why does this feel so uncomfortable? It's like I'm living inside a man-made miniature garden with some cosmic voyeur watching me from far above. Jeez, don't leave me behind. So, anyway, I've got a place I want to go today. What now? Look, I agreed to play house with you, but there are limits. Give me a break, Yuuji. You're having fun too. I opened my mouth to refute her, but find myself at a loss for words. The snappy retort I was expecting just don't come. Well, where do you want to go then? It's a surprise. You'll find out when we get there. Let's bring lunches and have another picnic. Not necessary. I don't want to spend that much time. What the heck? Jeez, fine, whatever. Alright then, go wait outside like always. While waiting for Michiru, I reflect on the fact that our classmates will be returning to the dorm soon. Once they are back, will Michiru revert to her original Sundara state? Will we go back to the normal routine as if this time we spent together never happened? Not that it's really any of my concern, it's her problem. Here I am, darling. Darling? Even for the sake of authenticity, I'm pretty reluctant to start calling you honey. What's the big deal? I want to get fired up, so I'm just pretend calling you that. Don't worry about it. Easy for you to say. Darling, huh? Okay then, let's get going. You know, my waistband been getting a little loose from all this walking I've been doing with you lately. I doubt there's been that significant change in a few days. Let's see here. You just looked at my breast, didn't you, perv? No, I did not. I looked at your waist, and then at your cat. The cat's breasts? Perv! Super perv! Wait, is this kitty a boy or a girl in the first place? It's male. Huh? Why do you know that? Because I looked. You look, punk. What do you think you're looking at, punk? Rest assured, there are no funny business involved. When I was injecting, well, it's hardly important. Injecting? Oh, that's right, you gave this guy a vaccination shot, didn't you? Did Michiru spill the beans? Yeah, she made me promise to keep it a secret, but whatever. You're actually a pretty nice guy, aren't you? That's why I like you. Honestly, are there any words so hollow as a woman's just between the two of us? What's wrong, Yuuji? Pipe down. Come on, let's get going. Ah! I'm telling you to wait. I mean, I'm the only one who even knows where we're going, right? That's actually a good point, Michiru. This place really is relaxing, isn't it? Wow. In less than a totally unpredictable development, the destination Michiru guides me to is the usual clearing overlooking the sea. Michiru, my friend, I'm going to be blunt. Why are you so attached to this place? Well... Michiru slowly licks her lips with her tongue and looks at me straight in the face and smiles. No reason. No reason? Even though you come here at every possible opportunity, you expect me to believe you have no reason for doing so? Well, maybe no reason doesn't really cover it that well. This place is pretty, right? And you can see really far. The air tastes good, and I can see Kittymeow here, and the sky seems really wide. So, well, yeah, I just like it here, I guess. I have the feeling that today I'm finally going to hear about whatever it is Michiru's been hiding from me. Therefore, as the girl hems and haws, I simply wait patiently. So as not to let some crumb of truth blow away in the wind, I shield my ear with a hand and sit quietly waiting. Also, well, it made me remember a friend. Wow. Michiru finally manages to just barely squeeze out the words. At the same moment, her cat gives a small cry. Whenever I come to this place, I remember a really good friend of mine. Not that anything happened here, but yeah. I see. And is this friend of yours a source of distress? No, let's not talk about this, okay? Michiru clears her throat with a little cough, brushing her previous comments off the table of the conversation. I wanted to say thanks. The pretend dating's been really fun. But it also makes me kind of scared. Being this happy, spend every day laughing. Like, do I really deserve a life like that? I sort of feel like I should be huddled up in some little corner of the world instead, breathing real softly so no one notices. The black cat repeatedly circles around Michiru's leg in search of attention, but the girl's so caught up in her little monologue that she doesn't even seem to notice. I mean, even if it's just pretend, going out with you makes me happy, Yuuji. And I have Kittymeow too. But there's also this part of me that keeps saying it's a lie, a dream. Maybe someday it'll just disappear. Like, right now I'm just looking at the box from outside, but maybe if I lift up the lid it would be empty. Maybe there was nothing inside all along. That scares me. Hey, have I been acting weird lately or anything? Am I being myself? Have I been able to be with you the way I normally am? That's kind of a weird question to ask, isn't it? I know that myself, but I'm scared. Hey Yuuji, am I still me? I put a hand to Michiru's cheek and feel the temperature of her skin. The girl before my eyes is without a doubt the Michiru I know. No more, no less. But it's also true that another Michiru appears occasionally in her place. I know basically nothing about the girl. Not why she became this way, not what it means. And no matter how many pseudo-dates we accumulate, I'm not going to get any closer to that answer. There are some places role-playing just can't take you. You are you. Same as always. There's nothing strange about you. I think I've told you this before, but you worry too much. Yeah, so I don't have to worry. I'm doing okay. I'm holding myself together. All of a sudden, Michiru's eyes are tinged with red. I'm stupid and all, so I can't really tell. Hey Yuuji, do you think I'm stupid too? I got really happy over a bunch of stupid pretend dates and probably ended up liking you. A whole lot. Pretty dumb, right? Must be a big nuisance for you. Not really. Is that a lie too? No. Don't get too paranoid on me, alright? Take this at face value. You're fine just the way you are. Just the way I am, huh? I wonder what that means. I'm not really sure. Michiru blinks rapidly and a single large teardrop rolls down her face. No others follow. You know, when I went on dates with you, I was always thinking, I wish this would last forever. If only today would never end. I mean, it might be a fake pretend date, but if a dream never ends, it's real, right? So, I'm always scared of the end. I see, but pretending has its advantages. No matter what happens, you can pass it off as a joke. Nobody has to get hurt. Yeah, you might be right about that, but I'm still afraid of the end. Kittymeow leaving me, Yuuji going off somewhere. I'm scared that all my friends will just disappear. As the words leave her mouth, Michiru slowly squats down to finally pet the black cat at her feet. Somehow the movement reminds me of an elderly musician lovingly attending to their instrument. The more fun I have, the scarier it gets. Is this happiness even real? Maybe it's all just a lie, you know? I mean, I just don't know. I'm struck by the need to reassure Michiru. Setting aside my own complex circumstances and uncertain feelings, I want to do something for the girl crying in front of me. More than a little presumptuous of me, yes, but I simply can't bring myself to stay silent. You're not wrong, Michiru. Most things do come to an end, but that's... In that instant, her hand still moving through the cat's fur, Michiru changes. I swallow the words that were about to leave my mouth and carefully observe her. But that's what, Yuuji-kun. The girl before my eyes was no longer the Michiru I wanted to comfort. You again? You always show up just at the right moment, don't you? Michiru offers me a dry, unamused little laugh, then moves her arms carefully back and forth as if testing the parts that compose her. What's wrong? Something the matter with me? Anyway, I suppose I have to express my gratitude. Thank you for dating this girl. Seems you're not particularly honest about your feelings either, eh? Somehow it ended up with this messed up pretend date format, but she was very happy. Thank you. But, you know, that's exactly why things are getting so messy right now. The girl seemed to be even more serious about this than I thought. Michiru brushes her bangs out of her eyes, then tugs on the hem of her dress, clearly uncomfortable. Puts on clothes like these even, a little too eager to please, aren't we? Well, I suppose that's a matter of taste, have to respect the effort you put in. But, you know, isn't this kind of a problem? I don't follow. That's so, In other words, you want to reassure this girl, don't you? But that's only a passing whim of yours. Can you promise to stay with this girl forever? Never to leave her, protect her for all eternity? Instead of answering, I squeezed my clenched hand a little tighter. It would be easy enough to object, but the girl has a point. Even now, you leave the school once in a while for work, right? How do you plan to ease the loneliness she's going to feel? Who's she supposed to cling to on the nights when you're not there? How much do you think she'll cry? Before it gets to that point, let's stop this. The game's over. The girl claps her hands together firmly. The strangely dry sound hangs in the air for a moment. The black cat, alarmed, darts off into the grass. Michiru, my friend? Lacking a better alternative, I venture to call the girl in front of me by that name. You talk about the end like it's inevitable, but some things do last forever. Of course, the vast majority don't, but that's not a reason to give up looking. No matter how minuscule the odds may be, eternity does exist. It might take a borderline miracle to find it, but you can't deny it's there. Michiru twists her face as if she'd taken a bite out of a particularly sour lemon. Wouldn't have pegged you as sort to come out with a line like that, Yuuji-kun. True enough, I can't deny it, nobody's going to argue miracles don't exist. But if you keep offering up these convenient little fantasies for her to lean on, she's the only one who's going to get hurt when it all comes crashing down. Unless you make a miracle happen, you'll just fill her up with empty hope and then let her down. Come on, isn't that a little too sad? From where I'm standing, even taking that gamble seems pretty cruel. The beautiful scenery, the pleasant wind, all of this seems to have abruptly drained of color or flavor. I can't find an effective response to her words. This girl wants to be with you forever, you know? I thought dating you would be for her good. But it seems I was wrong. I'm begging you, please don't hurt this girl. I have no intention of hurting her, but when you're that afraid of getting hurt... As the words are leaving my mouth, Michiru's body language slackens and the expression on her face changes. I instantly sense that the girl I know has returned. Yeah, woo, got a little dizzy there for a sec. Michiru grins brightly, but once she notices my grim expression, the smile quickly fades from her face. Her eyes full of uneasiness, she tentatively opens her mouth. Did I say something weird? Don't tell me it happened again. Her lips begin to tremble. It's obvious that the girl's genuinely afraid. She has the expression of a child who's looked down into a deep, dark well. It did, didn't it? Yeah, of course it did. It always does. You know, for some reason, whenever something seems precious to me, when I feel like I need it, it disappears. Once I start thinking like that, it goes somewhere far away. So, it'd be better not to think about those things in the first place, right? I shouldn't even hope for the happiness to continue. I shouldn't let myself dream. Instead of answering, I silently wrapped my arms around Michiru and hugged her tightly. A very abrupt action on my part, to be sure, but it felt like the thing to do. Michiru's breath catches in her throat. I can faintly feel her pounding pulse through her skin. I can't find anything to say to her right now. I don't know what she's gone through or where these anxieties came from. I feel her suffering like it's my own. My emotions and hers seem to have rolled up into a hopelessly tangled mess. To be honest, I don't have the first idea what to tell her. And therefore, guided by sheer instincts, I decide to come out and say something that's been on my mind for a long time now. This isn't the time for false happiness or hollow consolation. Right now, she needs truth. Michiru, my friend, there's something I've been wanting to tell you. Do you mind? What? I don't know what I should say to you right now, so I'm going with this. Yeah, I understand. Hurry up and say it. It's not anything scary, right? Or depressing, right? Not sure. Fine. I'll brace myself, so say it. Hurry. That cat. You're calling it Kittymeow, aren't you? Yeah? Well, you're god-awful at naming things. What? I'll say it again. You are terrible at naming things. What? What the heck? Did you say this now? At this moment? I mean, of all time to... What? Weren't you listening to me? I didn't know what to tell you, so for the time being I decided to say something that's been on my mind for a while. For the time being? Are you for real? I mean, just now you were kind of... Well, What? The timing might have been somewhat odd, granted, but they are sincere words. Try to calm yourself, alright? Of course I'm not calm! For crying out loud, what the heck's going on in that head of yours? Oh, there even was a smile. I really can't make sense of you, Yuuji. Jeez. Michiru laughs, a hint of cheerfulness returning to her voice. Her deeply sorrowful expression gives way to the same straightforward smile I saw yesterday. I deliberately chose to play for a time, as a temporary stopgap measure. I've simply shifted the topic away from potentially problematic subjects. I don't know if that was the right decision, but I didn't want to make some half-assed insincere promise just to bring Michiru momentary reassurance. It'd be easy enough to lie to the girl and make her feel like the problem's been solved, but that wouldn't be genuine progress. Might as well backfire, in fact. And so I stalled her. I put up the inevitable for now. I decided that a little more time would be necessary to resolve this problem, and now I have it. Okay, look. Kittymeow isn't his name. Well, it isn't, but you're constantly calling him that. Come on, I can't just call him Kitty, can I? He's always going meow, so Kittymeow. So if he was a dog, it would be Doggy Bark? That's right. I mean, I didn't want to give him a real name. Like I said before, everything I care about goes away before long. I didn't want that to happen again, so... I mean, if I gave him a name, we'd have a real connection, right? That kind of scared me. I see. That does explain it, but there's no harm in naming an animal. You should reconsider. Huh? You really think it would be alright? I don't know. Profoundly shocked by my proposal, Michiru hesitates. But honestly, she's so transparently attached to the animal that sticking with this purely functional non-name seems both awkward and pointless. So he won't just disappear the moment I give him a name? Not impossible, but it strikes me as exceptionally unlikely. I know. Why don't I propose a name for the little beast? Let's see here. Rommel has a nice ring. No, wait. Hey, what's with you anyway? You're always saying that the Rommel thing is not cute in the slightest, you know? Cuteness was a requirement? I see. I'm too used to thinking of names purely as practical signifiers, I suppose. In the first place, what's a Rommel supposed to be? A general. A general, huh? He doesn't have to be a general, okay? Rommel's off limits. Some general nobody knows from a hole in the ground would just be...
Hold on, woman. Rommel's no hole in the ground. Listen up. Rommel was an officer of the German army, known as the Desert Foxtrot.
Don't care. It's not like I want to know Rommel's life story, alright? I mean, Desert Fox, this guy's a cat.
I see. If you're that opposed, I guess there's nothing for it. Alright, how about this one? Erwin.
Erwin? Well, now that actually sounds kind of cute. I like it. That one sounds nice.
Officially, it's somewhat longer. Erwin Johannes...
Erwin Johannes?
Erwin Johannes Yuuji Rommel.
Frickin' Rommel again! Jeez.
Alright then, all joking aside, go ahead and name him as you see fit.
As I see fit? That's easy for you to say. Okay, how about this? Michiru bashfully rubs her thighs together and speaks with a clear hint of embarrassment in her voice. Meow, maybe? What do you think?
It's shit.
What? Shut down instantly? Come on, Meowmel's good, right?
How did you arrive at this name? Walk me through the thought process here.
Well, you know, because you're always saying Rommel this, Rommel that. I figured you must be pretty attached to that name.
Not in the slightest. It was just the first thing that popped into my head.
Oh, and well, I was going with Kittymeow, so I thought Meow might be a good... maybe. Michiru looks up at me, clearly looking for approval. In response, I offer my honest opinion on the matter.
Do it. A name can be anything, really. What matters is the fact that you're the one who named it. As of today, that cat belongs to you.
Yeah, I get it. Okay then, it's settled. Well, Meow, you like your new name? Ignored?
Well, I doubt it could care less.
But by the way, just to be on the safe side, you know, for reference, I wanted to ask, well, what do you think of the name Yuuji? And be honest, okay? Totally honest.
How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? When it comes to naming things, you are utter shit.
That's too freaking honest, come on, are you for real? Wow.
Well, whatever the name, there's no changing what's already been decided. Alright then, why don't we head back?
Yeah, hey, Yuuji, we can hold hands, right? I mean, we're still technically on a pretend date and all. Before I can even tell her I don't mind, Michiru clings to my arm. Thanks, Yuuji. It kind of feels like there's a new part of my world now.
Good for you. Collect enough of those and maybe you can piece together a world that belongs to you alone. It's up to you what gets included.
Yeah, you're right. Yuuji too someday. Wow.
Alright then, let's get going. Lyudmila Pavlichenko.
Wow. Hold on, it's Meow, remember? What happened to not changing it, huh? And you, Meow, don't answer him. Come on, seriously. Ah, jeez! I know, I'll give you a biscuit, okay? Now get attached to me. Get even more attached to me. Meow, 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 meow. Ooh, you like the biscuit, huh? Yeah, you do. Good boy, squishy, scratchy. Today, Michiru obtained a new piece of herself, but we can't forget that none of her problems have really been resolved. Still, the girl's begun to walk on her own 2 feet, if only within the bounds of a make-believe fantasy. As for herself, the words of the other Michiru still weigh heavily on my mind. If eternity doesn't exist, what can I do for a girl who wants something permanent? Easy enough to sulk and say it's all meaningless in the end, but with that mindset, we'll never even crack open the door to her world. It is a little short, but I think I will cut the episode here, as this feels like a good place to stop an episode. So, until next time, take care.